Good morning. This is the Friday Fireside, and I am so happy to have my guest here today, Christy Tanner, who we all know from her years at CBS Interactive and the news part, and then Swerve TV. But Christy, you've got a new gig, and we all want to know about it. So tell us what you're doing now.
Thank you, Rick. It's great to see you. Yes, I am now the CEO and president of New York Public Radio.
That
So it's
is
a
wickedly
really,
cool.
it's such a wonderful organization. We have two radio stations. One is WNYC. That is the number one, let's say, radio platform in public media in the United States in terms of listener hours. We are
Really?
number one for all listener hours in the US, and that's both digital and terrestrial.
Wow.
And that is what you would imagine it is. There we have a great focus on news, investigative journalism, public service content, and is a storied institution in New York City. For those not living in New York, it's more than 100 years old, and it we have a long-standing series called Ask the Mayor, where the mayor comes on and takes questions from callers and whatnot. And it's a beloved institution in New York. Our hosts are rock stars in this world, and so it's an honor to lead WNYC. And then additionally, we have WQXR. It is the number three classical station in the U.S. In public media. It is actually number nine overall in public media, and that also has about a third of its listeners coming from streaming. So classical music fans are really embracing streaming in a big way, and including on YouTube. So this is a big opportunity, and we also have a really strong platform around live events and live streaming with cultural institutions in New York City. So it could be Carnegie Hall, it could be the New York Philharmonic, it could be the cast of Broadway shows. We bring them into our event space, we sell tickets, we also go to these cultural institutions and we live stream their events on both digital and terrestrial radio. And then we also produce three really incredible podcasts on the media, Radio Lab, and the New Yorker Radio Hour. And with all of that, those franchises are distributed on more than 700 radio stations in the US.
Oh my heavens. All right. Now, you are president and CEO of New York Public Radio. And after naming everything that you did, do you get any sleep?
You're hilarious. I
Oh, that means you don't.
Well, this is the city that never sleeps, Rick. We all know that. Allow me to say that there's always something going on, either in our event space or in one of these other cultural institutions. This is a wonderful institution that's part of the fabric of New York City. We have
I was going to
incredible
make
talent.
that comment. You are woven into the fabric of the city and its history and 8 million people and every taxi cab in New York and everybody else. I mean, you're there. You're part of our life in New York.
There's something about it, Rick, having worked in other types of media. There's something about audio that it speaks to people's souls, and there's something there's like a level of humanity in audio um, that is, I think, really special, and that creates this emotional connection with the audience. So when we are multi-platform, we are global, and we're also local. And what I have found in this new role is people feel very emotional. They're very emotional about the hosts of the shows.
Oh, yeah.
And when they call into some of the call-in shows, they're really comfortable revealing some of their, closely held secrets and
Because they
opinions,
trust you.
thoughts.
They trust you.
Yes, there's a tremendous trust. And where we also see that trust, Rick, is in both philanthropy and membership. And just to talk about membership for a while, the model for public media membership is super strong. And we have seen such incredible engagement over the years, and we are seeing people step up and support uh, the, the independent journalism and culture that we provide. So the retention rate for memberships in for New York Public Radio, it's like nothing I've seen in media in my career.
Wow.
It's really
Okay.
encouraging, really interesting. I guess the way I would compare it to is for my friends and colleagues who have run paid streaming services, what keeps them up at night is churn.
Yeah.
Our churn rate, once people become members, will not keep you up at night. But it's that, but there, there are many other things that keep one up at night when running a public media organization with both news and culture, many things. But
Including an emergency at 3 a.m. that you got to get somebody out there and talk about at 6 a.m. for drive time and
well,
all of that.
we have, like I said, we have a really talented team, and I'm not the one getting that call right now. But
Good.
in my life, I have received that call, but
Yes, I
not
know
in
you
in
have.
this role right now. But I think what another thing that's really impressed me about this organization is its ability to partner with others. So, just as one example,
Yeah.
Allison Stewart, who's the host of all of it, brought together the Broadway community for a series called Broadway on the Radio. She's a legend, she's an icon, and the casts of these shows are coming down to our live event space at noon on a weekday to perform, to talk about who they are as artists, how they're approaching their work. And it's so impressive what we're able to convene with the power and the trust that we have. So that's been another really wonderful thing to experience.
That's worth its weight in gold in a community like New York. Okay, now a couple of things. You are FM in New York, right? On the
Yes,
radio. So
yes.
you don't get tied up necessarily in the whole bit about or the car manufacturer's going to eliminate AM from car radios. That's one of the nightmares that you don't currently have.
Well, what I would say is we're really focused on um, how we're making sure that we are converting our audience to other digital platforms and multi-platform in general,
Okay,
because that's where the growth and expansion for us is.
I get
That's
that.
where we'll reach new audiences that we're not reaching right now. And for us to maintain this solid foundation of support that we have both in terms of the public service and that relationship with the community, but also the funding relationships. We've oh as you always have to be priming the pump when it comes to um, members and revenue.
Well, the analogy that I would use is what I've talked to my friends in the cable business about. You know, at Comcast, the cable subscriber still pays the mortgage, but all the growth comes from all the odd bits and pieces and adding on and new distribution and all the rest of it. I don't know if you have exactly that model, but you have a foundation that's strong there and FM onto which you are adding additional platforms to reach people. Is it the same content throughout, or do you mix it up and something goes this way and something goes that way?
Well, yeah, in the multi-platform world that we're living in, we have some things do a little bit of everything,
Yeah.
and some things don't go everywhere. And I think we're really working to try to strategically um, create content that is native to platforms that is appropriately tailored for the medium.
Now, your your Keystone station is WNYC, right?
Correct.
Okay. And that is, in the jargon that I'm familiar with, that's a linear service. It starts at 12:01 a.m. and it ends at 12:01 a.m. minus 1 second. It's always on. It's a linear service. But now you, I'm sure, are taking those programs and making them available in an on-demand world, in a streaming world. Here's my question for you. Generally, public radio is not ad supported, but it's sponsored. And I am familiar, I think most of our audience is familiar with the nuances of that. You know, you can say who you are, but you can't say, come buy us here. Okay. Is your streaming work also that rule, or do you then allow advertising in your streaming services?
That is the best question. And obviously, you know about the model
I do.
in terrestrial radio for sponsorship. It's similar for PBS on
Yep.
broadcast TV.
Yep. It is.
And so we are very mindful of the the boundaries and the requirements of the FCC.
And but also from your viewers, your listeners, I should say, the trust. Okay. Someone would be shocked to hear a Ford F-150 ad in the middle of one of your shows on their iPhone. So you've got that thing there.
Right, that's not part of the experience traditionally,
Yep.
nor is it maybe the right fit for what we're doing. Having said that, in the same rules do not apply in
That's right.
non-linear
That's not non-broadcast.
terrestrial non-broadcast is
Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Non-broadcast environment. So service on other platforms
Yeah.
are vast. And that's also been so gratifying and eye-opening is that almost every day I meet somebody who says, I'm a New Yorker, but I teach at a university in Shanghai half the year, and I can't live without WNYC, so I wake up to the stream every morning.
Yep.
In those environments, we are not bound by the same set of rules.
But you have a board who has an opinion about what the company is, and you have listeners who have an opinion about what the brand is. So you have this interesting dance that you have to do out there in the world, right?
I mean, yeah, we're doing whatever the modern day equivalent of Crazy Eddie is on public radio. That's, I mean, is there a Crazy Eddie of today? There should be.
His prices are insane. Good Lord. I just dated
Although
my.
that would actually might be make like a good fast channel is just Crazy Eddie commercials.
That's a riot.
I
Okay,
know.
listen, we're about out of time.
Steal that money maker from me.
Well, I get that. I am thrilled to talk to you. I'm delighted. I want to watch. I want to listen. I got to find your shows on the air. And it's just wonderful that you are there. And frankly, I think you are going to save public radio. I think you're actually sorry to put that on your shoulders, kid, but I think that's what's going to happen.
Well, I mean, with humbly, I would say, Rick, I think public radio is going to save itself. I think public media is going to save itself. We are at a really important inflection point in our society, and our members and our listeners trust us. That takes a lot to earn, and we are we have the team to do it. So
You're
I feel very
confident.
confident.
I
Yeah,
love it.
but
All right.
it's not about me. I'm not a magical person. I'm really lucky to lead an incredible team.
I've heard other people disagree with you on that, but listen, thank you for your time,
Mhm.
Christy Tanner, CEO and president of NYPR, and we'll talk again.